Okay.
Welcome in, everyone, to another live post-game edition of 410 Sports Talk. I'm Glenn Martin here with my coach James Haskell. DK's in the background, and another narrow victory, a defensive, defensive battle between.
Who'd have thought?
Just like last week, where the Ravens once again had a slow start on the offensive side of the ball, but ultimately ended up with a relatively comfortable second half win. And look, that's went from 1-5 to 5 in a row, Jimbo. Back above 500 for the first time. And you know what? Things right now, if it ended right now, all the other teams we kind of are rooting for to win are winning. Now it's getting more now. It's tightening up a little bit in some of these games, so I'll be keeping you up to date. But overall, a pretty darn good day for Baltimore Ravens and their fans.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcus says Steelers lost. Is that official?
Yes, they did. It just went final 31-28. Let's go. After having some stupid plays, Caleb Williams. I mean, what the hell are you doing letting TJ Watt strip sack you in the end zone? I mean, what the hell are you doing? But ultimately, they do us justice. They get the dub at home.
I tell you what, you guys, and you're right. Great day for the Ravens. It was funny. I'll let you guys in on a little. We have a group chat, as you guys can imagine. And I was behind because I got home later, right? Like I was watching the game on my phone, and then I stopped, hopped in the shower, and then came down and caught up, like watching it on the couch. So I was trying to catch up, and then DK texted, "That's not good." I'm like, great.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Draymond, equals Owe was supposed to be true. But when you texted that's not good, I was like, my mind was running wild. I'm like, hurry, catch up.
Yeah, what's not good?
And then I'm assuming you were referencing the Kyle Hamilton little Yeah. It was funny. As soon as he twisted his ankle, he was like, he's fine. He was always doing that stuff.
Yeah, he did look more frustrated though, I would say. You see that, Brandon Steele? We went live at exactly 4:10.
Let's go. Serendipitous. This is a great word. I tell you what. Let's see. The Steelers are 6-5 now, and we're 6-5, right?
But they have a division loss, and we are undefeated.
So we are now first in the division.
First in the division, baby.
Bro, who would have thunk? Who would have thought that?
Hey, look, 9-4. We talked about it. 9-4. Jump from the 9th seed to the 4th seed in 1 week.
That's crazy. Now, we got to talk. I mean, obviously, like you said, it's fun. It's kind of oxymoronic of us, if we think about 5 weeks ago to say a defensive battle.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, you're right. So, we got to talk about that. My overwhelming issue that I have with the Ravens right now is, can we have, and this is years going, right? Like, can we have both sides of the ball firing all cylinders at the same time? It's a bit infuriating, but
yeah.
Where do you want to start, Glenn?
Well, let's start with the offense. I mean, we're going to give plenty of praise to the defense coming up, and Draymond Jones and the kind of underrated addition that he ends up being now for this team. But we got to start with the slow start. I mean, only 74 yards for the Ravens in the entire first half. I mean, 3 consecutive 3-and-outs. They lost the field position battle the entire first half. And by the way, quick side note, Tyler Loop and the kickoff team stink, Jimbo.
Yeah.
He now leads the league, and he's in the penalty where he just can't kick it in the landing zone.
Hey, was that a landing zone or was that an illegal formation?
It was both, but they declined the illegal formation because the landing zone put him at the 40. So they took that penalty, but it was 2 penalties on 1 play. We can't tackle. So we can't cover. Yeah. He can't kick it in the freaking landing zone. Nope. It's like, Jesus Christ. Our kickoff unit stinks out loud.
Just get
Jimbo.
Stout out there already, man.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's great that Stout's having a great year, and what a great punt he had. But the last thing I want to hear any national host and all these people saying is how great your punter is. You only get a Pro Bowl punter if your offense stinks.
Yeah,
you get enough.
Got to use
so many opportunities. Yeah, he gets a lot of inside the 20s and all that stuff. But you don't want the. Hey, man, how about the punter here? Like, all right. Can we talk about our offense? Can we do something on offense to where they talk about that?
Yeah. And I also got to say one other thing too, is that I also, speaking of the offense, heard who is it? Charles Davis talk about Lamar's burst. And there's this thing going around here in Baltimore that I think I kind of mentioned this last week, that he's lost a burst. I don't think it's the case. I really don't. I think he's got some injuries that we know of.
He's definitely banged up.
Definitely banged up. But as far as him like losing a burst in general, health aside, I don't think that's the case at all. I just think he's used to breaking contain and having something in front of him instead of all 5 guys at the line coming at him from all sides. But multiple guys are getting beat in a single play. But it's like, even if you do want to run, dude, in front of you, next to you, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, forget about it. Like Houdini can't get out of that.
Well,
so anyway.
In my opinion, with the offensive line today, I didn't think it was near, like last week, it was so fast they were on him. This time he had time. It just seemed like nobody was uncovering down the field. Now, we don't get a great vantage point from the broadcast view, so we can't really confirm that.
They showed us a couple times and didn't look great, right?
Yeah, it just looks like guys aren't getting open. I think the absence of Bateman is really being felt, particularly on the outside. Like we don't have to worry about, like, we'll see. I mean, we saw bad drops today. We saw Andrews with a bad drop. In the end zone, it was an egregious drop. Although,
dude, I thought that it was
how he floated the ball so slowly into the end zone.
The timing was off.
There. The timing was off, but it got there. And
it got there. I thought it got tipped because it was so slow.
It was so slow. I was like, oh, God. But ultimately, it went right through his open hands. We saw a drop by Likely. We saw a drop by Tylan Wallace. We saw Zay Flowers drop a first down on the left side. So we saw a ton of drops. But, it's just like, I thought the offensive line held up way better in pass protection than last week, because he was just standing there, and then he would start to take off. But it's like, is nobody getting open? Again, we don't have the best view with broadcast, but it's like he held the ball an awful lot of times, and it just seemed like he had nowhere to go with the football.
Yeah, you're right. That was a struggle. And man, I tell you what, I love Zay and his jitteriness, but can he just run forward? I get scared with all of that because I get afraid someone's going to pop that ball out. If they come up from the side, or if they, 6 o'clock him, then that's a problem. I also thought it was interesting that in the red zone, when Derrick Henry scored his first touchdown, they decided to pull Voorhees. And Voorhees was like the leading guy who opened the hole. It's like, we want to pick Voorhees for this? And look, it worked. It worked. But like you said in our text, Glenn, Derrick Henry did a lot on that play. Yeah.
He definitely helped get that that knockback in the end
shout
zone.
out to Derrick Henry. He passed 2 people today? Edgerrin James, right?
Yeah, two touchdowns on the day. We're going to get into the yards per carry. It wasn't the prettiest, but they stuck with it.
He passed 2 guys all time, right?
Yeah, on touchdowns. Is that correct?
Yardage.
Oh, no, yardage. Was it yardage? Okay.
Yardage, yeah. It was, I think, Edgerrin James and somebody else. I know he either passed or he's right on Marshall Faulk's heels. So shout out to him.
Yeah, no doubt. Joseph Eckert says, go Baltimore, 8-leg parlay for $195 if the Dolphins win. If the Lions win. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Lions are up. What a comeback from them. They're up by 6, it looks like. So, Joseph, you're looking good for your win, no doubt about it. But let's talk about Marcus Orr says, how did the marathon go, Jimbo? You don't even look tired at all. Another ugly win against the dregs of the NFL. We got to do better. Well, before you do that, I heard this stat, another stat where they have every stat. John Harbaugh is now 19-0 with teams with 6 games or worse under 500. Oh, so he's great against the shittiest teams in the league. Great
you got to win the ones you're supposed to.
That's a good point. But yes, Jimbo, answer the first part.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you guys will bear with me for 30 seconds, hopefully I don't bore you off the live stream. But it went well. It's probably my...
Well, tell them what you did.
I ran a marathon.
There you go.
I ran a marathon this morning, and the legs were done in Philly. Yeah, I went up to Philly. Glenn and his wife and Katie, of course, and Camden were there cheering me on, as well as my family. It was really nice to see all of them. But probably my at 17, my legs were done. And I just had to fight to make it through the last bit. I hit a wall. That's the hardest wall I've ever hit, and the most cramps I've ever had at the same exact time. But no, it was great nonetheless. Happy to have done it. Happy to have the health to do it. So look, I didn't break any records today, but stayed under 4 hours. Super happy about that, and trying to do everything I can to learn from it and get better, man. But it was a lot of fun. Philly's a great city. My only complaint, the runners were super nice. The folks supporting were super nice. The fans, spectators, and things. But my only qualm is that we didn't run much in the city. Like it was very much in like state parks and stuff like that. And like I wanted to see Philly. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But great event. They did good. I appreciate you asking, Marcus. But yeah, shout out to Glenn and the family for coming to support me in the cold.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. And Jimbo, look, I mean, you think he looks good now? He was looking just as good at the finish line. Let me tell you.
Glenn didn't expect the shirt to be off, baby.
No, I'm looking for a green shirt, dude, amongst the crowd. And my man was like, shirts and this is skins, it's team skins. No shirts here. But yeah, super impressive to all those who finished that race. Don C from Baltimore says he's gifting 5 memberships. Shout out to Don C, the legend. Appreciate the support, continued viewership. Thank you.
And Glenn is always next, guys. He told me today.
Oh yeah,
that he's gonna run a marathon.
Yep. No doubt about it.
Glenn, I also want to talk about another thing, unless you're going to get into stats here. There's one other thing that I think is important in reference to John's stat about beating 19-0 against teams that I think you said 6 wins or less. Ultimately, I mean, we have to beat the teams we have to beat.
Yeah.
Right. And I do think I could be overly optimistic here, but the way we beat the Browns and the way we won today without Lamar Jackson having to be Superman has to do something for the confidence of the team, in my opinion. It has to do something, right? Because the fans always say, Lamar's got to be Superman. Well, look, we just got 2 dubs. Lamar posted his worst performance ever last week, and this week wasn't great either.
No, but you are playing the teams that are probably going to pick first and second in the draft.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so you kind of want to see that he can be Superman if he has to be, and I think that's the worries right now is his health there? Doesn't look like he has the burst. I mean, you mentioned, like, it's not about age or any cliffs that he may have fallen off. It's purely his injuries, because I mean there was times, I mean, you guys are, I'm sure, can remember the exact play where it was 3rd and 3, I believe it was, and he had a chance to simply beat the linebacker to the sideline from the middle of the field, and he chose not to. Chose to try and cut up field, and ultimately was tackled before the first down marker. I mean, it just seems like he doesn't have the burst. He doesn't believe he has the burst. So in some instances, he doesn't even try to win that foot race that we know we would. I mean, we almost take for granted that he wins every single time and moves the chain. So it's clearly an issue of health, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But also a combination of that. And I think while the offensive line wasn't I wouldn't say they were impressive today, I think they gave him a lot more time than last week, and the guys down the field just didn't uncover for him. And then when they did, we had 4 drops today that I can remember. So that doesn't help. And that's why we kind of get into the stats here. Yeah, 4 drops today. Lamar Jackson, what is this? Is this my screen? I'm like, can you zoom in? And it's me. He's 13 of 23 on the day, 153 yards. Was sacked just one time, had a 76.9 QB rating, so didn't put the ball in the opposing team's hands, thank goodness. But certainly wasn't the efficiency that the Ravens are used to seeing from Lamar in this offense. It just seems like it, and the scary thing is, slow starts like this where you have 70 yards in the first half. It's like we're all thinking, what about the playoffs? What about a good team? And that's, I guess, where it's worrisome. But, thankful that they scored just enough to get the win today, Jimbo.
Yeah, no, I mean, to your point, Glenn, right? Like, it's nice that we've won in other ways, but this is not sustainable. This is not a way we're going to get it done.
Right.
Where it looks the same with the Eagles, right? Where they're winning. And actually, I don't know if they won today or if they've played today or not. But Eagles, of course, are super upset about the way they've been winning. But they have been beating good teams.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they beat the Chiefs ugly. I'm sure there's some wins that I'm forgetting. So yeah, we need more Superman out of Lamar. And it certainly wasn't a 50 spot today, Glenn.
I forgot about that.
But Keaton almost broke a long one.
He did.
And frickin' Linderbaum, of course.
Yeah. And Linderbaum got tossed around by Phillips on a few occasions today. And we expect that. I mean, he's going to struggle with big, strong dudes, and Phillips is just that. Baltimore, get up. Another gifted. Appreciate the membership gift. Thank you for your support. Thanks for your viewership. Appreciate you so much. Looks like CJ says thank you, Baltimore pickup. Tone the Virgo, can we get more Tez Walker sightings? And I'm hoping this is the season the Chiefs are not in the playoffs. Well, it looks like the Colts are below in that game. They were up 20-8, I believe it was, or 20-9, I believe. And now it's in overtime. Kansas City has the ball. Oh my goodness. That was the one, but we got to be happy, right? Bengals lost, the Steelers lost. I was hoping we get the trifecta and the Chiefs would lose too. Doesn't look like we're going to get our way.
Wait, Chiefs are playing Indy, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and they just got the ball back at their own 21 in overtime. So,
well, you never know.
You never do know. They got a pretty good defense. But what do you think about getting more Tez Walker sightings, Jimbo?
Yeah, I mean, look, Glenn, to your point, if other guys aren't getting open, I mean, if Lamar's going to buy time, this is the thing. Lamar, if he's going to buy time and Lamar's not afraid to push it down the field, if there's going to be a guy that can, I feel like you can do this in a lot of different ways. Like Zay will come back to you or he'll make a quick adjustment to break open and things like that. But to me, if I'm Tez, I'm breaking up the field. I'm just going vertical every time Lamar is doing his thing back there because he's got the wheels.
Yeah.
You know, who was it? Now, he wasn't incredibly fast. I felt like Jordy Nelson used to do this all the time. And this is how Jordy would eat in a lot of those seasons where, you know, Rodgers was real mobile back there. And what's not Driver? Who's the Cobb would do the same thing underneath.
Yep.
Right. But Jordy would just break vertical and just hit it. And I feel like if we can get some more of that out of Tez and give him more opportunities, I would love to see that. Yeah, nice catch today. Every opportunity he's gotten, he's pretty much taking full advantage of it. No
doubt. And look, also, you know, that miss on DeAndre Hopkins on that hitch and go route, Lamar missed him, overshot him. Oh, that one hurt. Because, I mean, everybody saw, even on the broadcast view, he beat him right off the break. He hits him with a little fake stop, and then the corner bites, and he runs right by him, and Lamar misses him wide open. So Lamar definitely wasn't his most accurate. But on top of that, the drops and the not uncovering quickly enough was a big problem. Baltimore, get up. That's the thank you that we saw from CJ. The gifted membership. Appreciate your generosity, your viewership. Thank you so much for the support. Looks like Harbaugh said Kyle Hamilton does not have a major injury. They'll be evaluated tomorrow. Him and Taven Bryan both, who limped off the field as well. But looks like Kyle Hamilton, at least to this point, has avoided any major injuries. So, man, that's a relief. We cannot see that guy. I don't want to see that guy go down. But let's get back to the rushing attack here. 21 carries, 64 yards for Derrick Henry, just 3 yards per carry. Shouldn't it be 3-point something here?
I don't know. Is that off?
I mean, it'd be 66, right? Would be, I mean 63. If it would be 63 if it was 3.0.
3.04.
Okay, so I guess they're rounding down. Okay. All right, I'll let you off the hook.
It's 3.04. It's not even 3.4.
True. Round up to 3.1. All right, so
hey, Mr. Pearney will tell you that if it's not 5 or above, you round down.
That's true. I don't know. He was a pretty lenient grading. I think he might
math rules, not Pearney rules.
Okay. All right, Zay Flowers, 2 rushes. I'm sorry. He got the two quick carries for just 11 yards. Lamar Jackson, just seven for just 11 yards. Keaton Mitchell, 2 for 10, had the big one taken back off of the penalty by Linderbaum. What'd you think about Derrick Henry on that one? I will say that end zone, the ball he got out of the end zone. I remember thinking, God, he looks so far back there. He ends up stiff arming the guy in the helmet in the end zone and picking up a pretty nice chunk there. But what'd you think about Derrick Henry and the run game performance today?
It was nice to see Keaton, and of course the entire statistical outlook of the run game would look different if that play wasn't called back. I think he ran for like 39 is what I think that was. So that would have been different, but I'm not thrilled.
Yeah.
I still think Derrick Henry squeezes everything he can out of it. Now we know, look, Derrick Henry is not a perfect back. He's an incredible Hall of Fame first ballot, but how many perfect backs are there? Every back needs things from their offensive line, some more than others. Derrick doesn't need a lot, but he does need an opportunity to either get outside cleanly, get the wheels going, or a bit more of a hole so he can get the legs moving. He's got long steps, right? He's got long strides. He's tall. And so just asking him to sit there and chop his feet at the line of scrimmage is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They've got to do better. So to me, it just needs to be better. And as a piece of the run game, depending on Lamar's health, but I truly feel like Lamar needs to be more of a threat to run. And I think that unlocks Derrick even more. If our offensive line is not going to get better, then we need to bring more to the offensive line the run game that we can control. And I think that I'm not saying Lamar has to be running all the time. Like, I don't want to get it twisted, but I do think that he needs to be a threat. There needs to be the possibility of some deception that way, a bit more. And I think he needs to take a bit more of the called runs. If we really want to see this run game start to take off, because you know what happens, Glenn, as soon as Lamar takes a few and he gashes you for 8 a couple times, the whole run game takes off, right? Because then everybody's back on their heels, concerned about Lamar keeping the ball, concerned about being on ESPN, all this stuff. It changes the whole game.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. But I think the only problem is he healthy enough to execute those plays?
Right.
But yeah, that would be huge. I mean, just look at last week with the Mark Andrews, fake sneak that he rolls out. The previous week, they tossed it to Lamar. So on that same play, Lamar ran out as if he was catching the toss. Mark spun over his left shoulder before ultimately carrying it to the right. And the linebacker in the center and on the left side line followed Lamar. And that's why, part of the reason why Mark Andrews had the easy touchdown. So if you put stuff on tape, it influences the defense. So when they're seeing Lamar not taking the ball, not pulling it out of his belly and not running, they're not really worried about him as much. They're selling out for Derrick. And I think that is a big problem that can help the offensive line because they're not going to all of a sudden become great players in the interior of our offensive line. But you could help them schematically. But if Lamar's not healthy, it's kind of hard to do that. Baltimore's receiving core, Zay, 5 catches, 58 yards. Seemed like the only guy who was really able to uncover, but the defense knew that. And so he was certainly getting their focus. I mean, the thing about it is sometimes it's like, man, this guy, I've never seen a guy run more and really not get a ton of yak in my life. I mean, he's a jitterbug. That part where he slid down and got back up before he was touched. I mean, he's so freaking quick and fast, but I'd almost like he needs to find the balance of just like, all right, when do I just fall forward, knife between the two and fall down? Because like you said, man, he keeps doing all that dancing and I just keep waiting for that overhand right to punch the ball out.
Yep. 100% couldn't agree with you more. At some points, it's just more productive to fall forward, right? Take a step, dive forward, lunge forward, whatever you got to do, frog hop forward, whatever. If you got some space, I don't care. But yeah, I'll tell you what though, man, have you seen a guy that is more sure-handed than DeAndre Hopkins?
No, dude, he never drops anything.
It's unreal. I mean, I guess, and people have made these comparisons all the time, like him and Anquan.
Yeah,
very similar. Yeah. But that's the last guy I remember around here like that. Like that dude, no
concentration drops with him, no, and we see it. We literally saw it this game with virtually every other player have a bad drop. 69-yard house call, Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown in overtime after a 50-yarder.
Dang.
In the fourth quarter. The dude is an absolute freak show. Man, it'd be fun to see that guy in purple, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Not the day I expected to see out of our receiving core. No. I mean, our tight ends, I should say. 1 catch, 10 yards for Isaiah. 1 catch, 9 yards for Mark Andrews.
How many targets did Isaiah have?
They had 3 apiece.
3 apiece and 1 catch each.
Yeah, disappointing. Of course, the bad drop from Mark Andrews in the end zone off the kind of strangely lobbed throw that it took so long to get there, but ultimately got there clean, and you got to catch that ball. And then Isaiah had a bad drop as well. So disappointing day for the tight end crew. Not their finest day. I thought Gilman missed at least 2 tackles that I can remember on Breece Hall that were kind of disappointing to see. And then, of course, I mean, man, Breece Hall gets him all the way down the field. I'm screaming. I'm like, he's their only guy you got to worry about. Stop letting Breece Hall beat you. And then how about Marlon Humphrey with the big force fumble as he's about to fall ass backwards right into the end zone? I have no doubt about it. And Marlon strips him of the ball and totally crushes their I don't think he took the towel off his head the rest of the game. He took that.
Nope. Yeah.
That was a tough one for him. It reminded me of Derrick Henry earlier in the year when he threw an absolute fit.
It looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah, he might have been under that towel. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I believe that Marlon Humphrey, I bet you in a weight room, he's the strongest corner in the league.
Oh, dude. He's so jacked. Yeah.
For a corner, a guy his position, and the way he works, like we know you can say whatever you want about Marlon Humphrey. He's a worker. You know he's in the weight room. Dude, you can see it. I mean, it paid off today. Nate Wiggins, no offense to Nate, but he ain't stripping that.
No. And he should have had a pick 6 on the damn first play of the game. Come on, Nate.
But I tell you what, dude, the way that he just ripped it out of his hands was impressive to me. And huge. That was a huge moment in the game because that sealed it in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Those
are the plays that we need in key moments, right? We've talked about this for years from the defense, right? 5 minutes left in the game, 7 minutes left in the game. We need to play. And this is funny because I think I have a funny story here. Damon Mitchum says Ajabo is booty, missed tackles on D. Harbs continues continues to commit malpractice with keeping that O-line, not to mention a lot of special teams mistakes. Fire Harbs. So a Jabo. There was a play that I'm trying to remember where a guy broke to the right, and I'm like, oh, we got him. And I realized it was number 90. No, oh, and then also he had pressure. We had pressure. Tyrod was rolling to the right. Do you remember this play? And then I'm like, dang, it's a Jabo. And then I was like, dang, it's a Jabo.
Yeah. Well, he didn't get credited. He got credit for 1 tackle on the day. As many as Charlie Kohler, as many as Tylan Wallace, as many as where's Tez? I thought I saw Devontae Walker. I mean, that Tavius Robinson can't come back quick enough. He is Damon is completely right. The guy is a placeholder at best. He is a traffic cone out there. That is it. Like he makes 0 plays anyway. It's such a disappointment, and who knows how much the injury really affected him. And it may be the biggest contributing factor. Could very well be. And in that case, it sucks for him, but he was one of just a long line of misses in the second round. I mean, we have a lot of misses in the second round in the history of this franchise. And he's just one of the latest ones. Roquan Smith ends up leading the team in tackles with 11, followed by Kyle Hamilton with 10, although he did leave the game early with injury. Teddy Buchanan third, 8 tackles, 5 of which were solo. I saw him get absolutely planted on a screen to Breece Hall. Holy smokes, man. He got destroyed.
Bad.
Yeah, kind of felt bad for him. Damon Mitchell said that's the play I was referring to when he was talking about Ajabo. Yeah,
it looked like this is the one where it looks like he just laid backwards. Is that's the one that you're talking about? Was off on the right side?
Looks like that's the one he's referring.
Yeah. It looks like there's a saying, it looks like he just laid back to go see Jesus.
Yeah,
like, I'm just gonna go see Jesus.
I mean, he just doesn't even get like hustle plays. Like he gets no plays, 0. Mike Green gets back on the board with a sack today. The rookie continues to show growth and development throughout the year. Can't wait to see what he's going to be at the end of the season, and then certainly next year. Holy smokes, he could end up being a real player. Travis Jones had another big game, had the nice tackle for loss. Marlon Humphrey, we mentioned the strip sack and the tackles for losses he was putting up. And then, man, you know what? We at the trade deadline, we were pretty disappointed at the lack of aggression. We thought the Ravens could have done more addressing some glaring needs, particularly on the interior of the offense and defensive lines. And you know what? Draymond Jones ends up being one hell of a trade deadline pickup. A sack and a half today. He seems like he's always, harassing the quarterback. He also has the pass breakup. He was everywhere today. It seemed like anytime he was being forced out of the pocket, Tyrod Taylor was being forced out of the pocket, Draymond Jones was hot on his trail. And then he had that heel hook on him, Jimbo. He wasn't letting that foot go. Most people pull their foot out. He said, I'm not letting this foot go.
That's
Gets
right.
the sack. Shout out to Draymond, man.
Yeah, man. Look, Eric did it again.
Yeah,
the son of a gun did it again. We can't take that away from him, right? This guy looks like an impactful player here. And I know that, of course, we all wanted more, but we did something. Yep. And coincidentally enough, I would say today the defense wasn't really the problem.
No, absolutely not. I mean, he shouldn't be against the 32nd ranked passing, but it wasn't. You're right.
No, yeah,
it wasn't. It wasn't. But yeah, I mean, I mean, John Jenkins, I thought played well at times. He kind of popped a couple times. Trenton Simpson, I mean, you're the spy on the play. I'm sure you remember the play. He's the spy on Tyrod Taylor.
Oh yeah.
He not only lets Tyrod pick up the first down, he gets a stiff arm right to the face.
To the face.
And then he dives at the end when Tyrod's clearly going out of bounds, and he wipes out.
Yeah, I thought that he was hurt. I thought that Roquan was hurt because he hit like his knee.
Like, bruh,
on the side.
You're the spy. You don't get stiff armed in your face and give up.
I was also pretty surprised that he wasn't able to overcome that stiff arm.
Yeah, like come
because
on.
Tyrod is not like an overly tall guy. I'm sure he doesn't have the crazy like long reach. Like I feel like Lamar's got long reach.
Yeah,
he can manage a distance, and he's an older guy. Look, you can still be older and strong, but like I don't think Tyrod Taylor's overly strong. Trenton Simpson should be physically superior to a quarterback.
Yeah, no, I agree.
She's a whiz.
I especially because he looks like a damn action figure.
Yeah,
I mean the dude is carved up. Quickly go over their team here. Tyrod had 17 of 28, 222, touchdown, and an interception, was sacked 3 times with an 82 quarterback rating. we talked about Breece Hall. Boy, did it feel more impactful. I mean, I know most of his work was in the screen game, but 16 carries, only 44 yards in the run game, had held to a 2.8 average. So really bottled up, continued to build on the strong run defense we've seen really for the last 5 games. So shout out to them to continue that, because Breece Hall is a really good player. And you see that because once they got him in space in the passing game, kind of an extension of their run game, there's those screens they ran to him. And then the quick passes to the flat, 4 catches, 75 yards, probably would have had a touchdown if Marlon doesn't rip the ball out of his hands. And like DK mentioned in the private chat, Mechie was a problem early. He was tough to tackle. He wouldn't catch the ball very fast or far past the line of scrimmage, but he was always able to make the first guy miss and turn a 3-yard catch into like a 10 or 12-yard catch. So got to give that guy credit. Kind of a cast off from Houston, I believe it was. And then he went to Philly, and now he's here after being, I think he was at Alabama, if I remember right. A heck of a player there, but ultimately, he was their biggest offensive weapon outside of Breece Hall. And then Adonai Mitchell, we talked about kind of what a receiver should look like. Didn't have any egregious drops today like he did in his first action with the Jets, but 2 catches on 7 targets is not what you want when you're supposed to be the number 1 receiver on your football team.
Yeah, Mason Taylor seems like he can be a player. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Seems like he's got some talent.
He's a horse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of different comments. I don't know who to side with. Yeah, win is a win, and I tend to go that way. But our offense needs to get this crap together. Get it together. Sean Pisker says, "My guys missed you. Baby was doing bad recently, but he's on the mend." Glad to hear that, Sean. Thank you guys for your prayers. Absolutely, we got the dub, but Lamar definitely hurt. Yeah, we need Lamar to continue to get better every week and hope that he can recover while in season. I know that can be really hard and a lot to ask for, but we'll hope that he can.
And especially when you have a Thursday game coming up in just a few days. I mean,
oh shoot,
he's been missing Wednesday's practice, so as he's trying to get better, he ain't gonna have an opportunity to do any mispracticing this week. Sean, I was following your family story on Facebook. Glad to see your boys doing a lot better. I was certainly sending some well wishes and good thoughts over your direction, and glad to see things are working out. But I saw somebody put that Shedeur is on fire right now. Browns up 14-0 early on the road. Now he doesn't have any tutties. Quinshawn's got both of them, but he is 4 of 6 for 77 yards in his first start with his father Dion in the building. So hey man, let's see what this guy's got. I don't think there's any real reason why you should be concerned about starting Dylan Gabriel unless you know something I don't know.
At this point, you've gotten a good, decent sample size. I feel like of Gabriel. Like what else?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
I think we know. So let's see what Shedeur's got with a full week of practice. Looks like it's a great start for him. Luckily, we don't have to play those guys anymore, and Myles Garrett in particular. Joseph says Lions win. Ha ha ha. Do we think Joey B plays third? I think that would be the stupidest.
Just because they lost today, so they're what, 3 in a million?
Seven losses.
Yeah,
they got 7 losses. Like that.
I think he plays though.
Gosh, that would be dumb. If he gets hurt, imagine he re-injures that same foot, or he injures something else on his lower leg,
right?
Because he's compensating. Dude, that coach would be fired before he hit the team bus. I mean, why put him at risk for an inconsequential season? You're rushing a guy back. Yeah. Everyone says he's ahead of schedule. Why?
Yeah, no, you're right. I couldn't agree with you more. I think we'll do the over-under the next show, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired.
Are you tired? Did you have a busy morning, Jimbo?
Glenn, how many steps do you think I took this morning?
Oh my God. I don't even know. 100,000, 50,000?
Nah, 49.
Okay. 50. Okay.
49,000. Yeah. It's a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I think the most I've done in a race is like 74.
Okay.
Yeah.
74,000?
Yeah. Like
was that the 35 miler? Okay.
Did a 38 once too. Yeah.
You're wild.
Today was good. Good game. Good win for the Ravens. Glad that today's over and I get to relax and stay inside for the rest of my workouts for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. And by the way, the Chiefs did end up going on to win that game 23-20 in overtime. Yeah.
Well, Ravens got to win. We controlled what we can control. And
at least the opponents both went down.
That's right. Absolutely. So look, guys, we're going to be back on a short week, of course. We'll be here to get you set up for the Thursday night matchup, Turkey Day matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. Whether it's Joe Flacco or Joe Burrow, I expect fireworks because that's what it seems to be lately against the Bengals. So make sure you tune in. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, turn on notifications and be here on our next show because we will talk about our over-under competition winners as well. But that's it for us tonight, folks. We'll talk to you soon.
See you.